Hello, LA Kings fans. I know it's been a while, almost a month, actually more than a month, since I have been to a home game. In order to recap, I left the country, and then there was the All-Star break, and then there was the bye week, and then they had the Grammys trip. So the Kings have not been at home in a very, very long time. But since I have left you, not a whole lot has changed, let's face it. For about 2 seconds, Kings fans got really excited that we were kind of 5 points out from a playoff spot. But in order to get there, the Kings are going to have to stop sucking. And that's not entirely fair of this game. Really, what they have to do is play 60 full minutes of hockey. And that is something that they have not been doing even when they've been winning. Because of the last 4 or 5 games that they've won, 4 of them have gone into overtime. I believe there's only been once in this streak that we're going to call this here of games that the Kings picked up points. One of them came in regulation. And this win, oh wait, they didn't, but they should have in regulation because, oh my God, play 60 minutes. And this is why I don't think the Kings are going to make it. Of all the teams they have to leapfrog, the Canucks are one of them, and you just can't afford to go into overtime against divisional rivals and against Western Conference rivals who you are looking to leapfrog over into that playoff spot. And given how short a time frame we have, and the fact that obviously wild card is the only thing we can really aim for, games like this are going to hurt more than they should. And I am not in the lose for Hughes camp, but I'd still prefer to play with dignity, even though the Kings can't make it. So that's why the end of this game was so disappointing. It started out fine. The Kings were out shooting them like 6-1 the first 6 minutes in, and that's great, except that none of the shots were very dangerous. I think the most dangerous chance we had was when, the other goalie kind of fumbled it and maybe gave up a rebound chance, but, it was their mistakes and not us doing really well that got us anything. So it's kind of lackadaisical to begin with. And then Lewis took a bad penalty, and by bad, I don't mean he shouldn't have taken it. I mean it shouldn't have been a penalty. There were 2 or 3 this evening that I just thought were really weak calls. And I like to think I'm pretty fair on that. I like to think if they make bad plays, then they should be in the box, and I'm happy to call that out. But yeah, they were pretty weak. And on this one, the Canucks happened to score, which, given the Kings' penalty kill, was unsurprising. Quick, I've noticed recently, has started going down very early and being kind of on the ground and unable to spring back up to make that second save. So it's really easy to get a goal on him now. You just tease him out just enough, wait for him to go down and try and make that diving save, and when he's sprawled on the floor, flick up the rebound, which is basically what happened for 2 of the 3 goals that the Canucks got this evening. Yeah, so maybe stop doing that, or maybe get defensemen around you that know that that's going to happen and stop that second attempt. That was not happening as much as you'd like. So that kind of sucked. But 8 seconds later, literally off the face-off, following the goal, we get the puck to Wagner, and he does this amazing wrister right here. Really fast, really nice release on that goal. And so 8 seconds after the Kings are losing, they are tied up again. So, yay! That's cool. That's nice to see. That actually really is the response I was looking for, that we come back out and we keep playing. So, good things. The Kings have good things, which is why it's so frustrating to see them sit where they are. Because if they just, again, played all of those good things for 60 minutes, we wouldn't be in this situation. So anyway, then they took a penalty, which was actually kind of weak. And God, our power play is terrible. I had forgotten just how bad it was until that moment. So we make it out of the first period fairly even, actually. And then we begin the second period with, I believe, 40 seconds of a power play, which, again, it was so bad I'd kind of forgotten that we were even on the power play, except that we had more shots than them again in the first 5 minutes. But yeah, no, again, power play, nothing to write home about. And then, of course, they score again. They were very good at scoring first, quite unfortunately. And again, the exact same thing that we were concerned about on the first goal. Quick goes down, puck's roofed over him. Yeah, 2-1 Canucks. Disappointing again. But a good comeback because the Kings managed to equalize it again fairly quickly. Not quite 8 seconds quickly, but a nice equalizer. So this was Amadio. Really, really nice shot from him, and almost a better shot from Cliffy, considering how much harder Cliffy's initial shot was. It was kind of like backhanded weirdly as he was like turning. I don't even know. But that combined for the Kings' second goal, equalizing the game there in the second period. Thank God. And Cliffy has been one of my favorite players recently. He has matured so much with the game. Someone kind of threw his helmet off and wanted to start fighting with him, and he was like, no, I'm going to be more effective doing all these other little plays and things like that on the ice. So he's tough when we need him to be, but he's not going to take stupid penalties and get into fights when he just doesn't need to. So good on you, Cliffy. Awesome. Thank you so much for being such a kind of stalwart member of our team here. So yeah, then there are a couple more weak penalties on both sides, in which I'm reminded again that the Kings are terrible at the power play. Dear God, connect on a pass. I was willing to give $1 million to the first King that could connect on a pass, and not even on the power play, just like in the whole second period. I don't understand why this is so challenging to the team. This is what you're paid for. So anyway, that was frustrating to watch. And then we get into the third period, which is actually when we had the carryover from the power play. See how bad they are? I can't remember if it's the end of the first or the second period that they got one, because you really just can't tell the difference between a power play and just the regular time. The Kings aren't really playing that well. So we go into the third, and the Kings manage to score, except it's waved off instantly. So never mind, the Kings are not actually in the lead. It's a pity. It was kind of a nice shot, but clearly goaltender interference. You can see here the dude's kind of like in the crease behind the goalie. So yeah, I understand that. That's fair. And you know what? It doesn't matter, because the Kings are going to get a legitimate third goal right after that. And this one is so clearly going to count. Very, very exciting time. The Kings are in the lead. Kovalchuk is killing dudes out on the ice. Like, he literally hit a guy, skated down the ice, maybe like between, I'd say, the space of like one zone, and hit another guy. It was awesome. So Kovalchuk's doing nice things, nice things out there. He was so excited too when Amadio scored. So many good things are going on for the Kings. Yay! Oh, wait, now we're gonna stop playing for the last 5 minutes of the game and assume that a 1-goal lead is going to lead us into 2 points. Oh my God, why? Why would you think that? Why would you ever think that? So Wagner gets hit with a puck to the face, and it looks bad. Like, he is maybe this far from the guy that's winding up and slapping it, and he just is, I mean, it's a fair legal play and all of that, but there was blood all over the ice. Guy is clearly in pain, has to get helped off, doesn't come back for the rest of the game. So that happened. And again, it's not deliberate, but it's kind of something you'd like to see the Kings react to. But instead, they just sat back on their laurels and were like, 5 minutes, boys, we got this. We can just like sit back and be lackadaisical and la la la. And as I'm saying this, I'm looking at the clock and thinking, oh, yeah, 4 minutes. Okay, not quite ready to pull their goalie, but give it a couple minutes and they will. And also, please try for an insurance goal, because I absolutely do not trust that this lead is going to hold, especially once they pull their goalie. God, I hate being right, because as soon as they pulled their goalie, the goal was scored. I actually don't even know if they had a chance to get the 6th attacker on the ice, but because of the way the Kings had been playing in the past few minutes, it was very obvious that a goal was going to happen. Play 60 minutes. So the goal happens. There's like a minute and 40 something seconds left. Sure enough, we go to overtime in a game where we could have gotten 2 points, absolutely cannot afford to give up 1 point to a divisional rival, let alone 2. So why did it get this far? Gets to a shootout. First one, Kovalchuk does a really, really nice fake here and is almost behind the net when he flicks it up and over. And also, that reminds me, if you're on a 3-on-3, please stop playing things behind the net. Also applies to a power play. And really, anytime you're on the freaking ice, stop going behind the net. That is all the Kings did in the 3-on-3. You have to set things up in front of it, guys. In front of the net. You can't spend 70% of your time behind it. It's so frustrating. Urgh. So, Kovalchuk does his thing. We go back and the other guy scores on quick. So that was okay. Never mind. It's cool. We got another shot. Let's put Kopitar out. Why? Why exactly? Because when does he ever score on the shootout? Like ever? He's a passer. He's really good at setting people up, but when there's only one person on the play, then, you know, who are you setting up? Nobody. So that, of course, went exactly how you think it would. And then Quick makes the save on this one at least. So again, we're still okay. And then we bring out Kempe, who has been very, very good recently. Actually, all of our players that scored tonight have been good in recent games, so that's encouraging. Except Kempe doesn't get it here, and the third guy for the Canucks does, and so sure enough, the Kings only come out with 1 point. And again, I'm really not looking to see them in the playoffs. I just don't expect it to happen, but that play with dignity and play for 60 minutes, that's all I'm looking for, guys. If you're losing to an opponent that's just better than you, like Tampa Bay or whoever, because they are stupidly good right now, put up a fight the whole time. And if you're playing a team that you are either equal to or slightly better than, play the whole time, get the 2 points. I don't know. Anyway, we came out with free McFlurries, so at least that's something.